After the short and sweet MLS All-Star festivities, the Philadelphia Union are back in action, needing a win this week. And here on DOOP By The River, Doop Battles, we're going to be previewing the Philadelphia Union facing off against DC United. And that's all coming up next. Dale! And welcome everyone to DOOP By The River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union with me, El Parcero Philly. And if this is the first time you're tuning in, or if you're returning back to DOOP By The River, just want to say thank you for tuning in. Well, please, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button for notifications, and share this on any of the social media platforms you use to help me grow soccer here in Philadelphia. Today we are previewing DC United versus Philadelphia Union, a great I-95 rivalry. And yes, the Union do need a win here. Last time around we saw the Philadelphia Union Saturday up in Montreal. Let's just say it was a little bit of a massacre as the Union would lose 4-0. And things don't get easier this week as we face off against DC United, a team that's been right behind our tails in the MLS Eastern Conference standings, and right now are tied with Atlanta in second place with 36 points. 3 points here for them put them tied in first with us. So this match here is really important. The Union can't afford nothing less than a point here. And this won't be the first time we see DC United in 2019. In our Open Cup match back in the beginning of the summer in June, we would face off against them in the first round of US Open Cup, which saw us get eliminated, but not in a bad fashion, as we went toe-to-toe with them for 120 minutes. And the match would end in a heartbreaking penalty kick loss that Wayne Rooney would put in the final minutes of that match to eliminate the Union from US Open Cup. And now we get to face them for the first time in MLS play. And when we talk about DC United, it all starts where we know. Wayne Rooney, one of England's finest soccer players of all time, playing his last years here in the United States with DC United, and has absolutely changed the culture of DC that has been so stale for a decade. And this is a formidable team and a very dangerous team here. But it's not just him. There's guys like Luciano Costa and Paul Arriola, US national team member, who are both very fast. Luciano Costa is a much more technical player, with Paul Arriola killing you out on the wing with his speed. But let's dive into the formation. Starting 11 we will see from the Union this upcoming match. And starting in goal, our all-star, our Jamaican, Andre Blake. I believe we'll see him back there. And after a solid performance in the All-Star game, I expect him to have a big match, but that will all be on our back line. Let's talk about those guys. Starting from left to right, I think we'll see the same four we've seen all season long. Kai Wagner at the left fullback position, Austin Trusty, Jack Elliott, and Ray Gaddis. Now let's start off with Ray here, because Ray probably had his worst performance last Saturday in Montreal. He got picked on a couple of times and got ripped apart by the Union fan base. But our coach Jim Kirchin did come out this week defending Ray, saying that the loss was not pinned on him. Did have a tough performance. Yes, we all saw that. And with that vote of confidence from our coach, Jim Kirchin, I expect Ray to come out motivated, and I expect Ray to have the best game of this season. And Kai Wagner, he damn sure missed him last week. He should be back out there this week after he served some suspension time, and I expect a big match from him. We're going to need his attacking ability against DC United. I expect Jack Elliott to have a big match here as well. DC United are not the best team to defend the long ball, and I expect Jack to use that long ball a couple times here in this match. But both center backs, Austin and Jack, need to have a good match here. We say this every week, but these guys need to be on the same page, because I expect both our fullbacks to be pushing up a lot in this match, leaving a lot of pressure on those two. In the midfield is where I am most excited about. Let's start from left to right. Jamiro Monteiro, yes, that's right. At the 6th row, Harris Medunian. At the right shuttle midfielder, our captain Alejandro Bedoya. And at the tip of the diamond, Marco Fabian. Let's start off with where I really want to start off, and that's Jamiro Monteiro. He has been practicing full with the first team, which is such good news to hear. We really missed him in the last couple of matches that he has missed, and it's going to be huge having him for this critical matchup here against DC. I expect him to continue being our engine there at that left shuttle midfield. Now, Harris Medunian, I expect him to have a big match there as well. Like I mentioned, DC United, not the best team to defend the long ball, and we all all know Harris has that nice touch with those long balls. I expect them to use that, and I expect them to have a big game. Now at the 10 role, it was a flip-flop for me. I wasn't sure if we should see Marco or Brandon Aronson, but in all honesty, Brandon could use some rest here. Besides the Chicago match, really hasn't played well over the last month and a half or so, and he did just play in the MLS Homegrown All-Star game. So it wouldn't be bad sitting Brandon Aronson here and starting Marco Fabian, as he definitely needs more minutes than Brandon, and let him settle in a little bit more. Up top, no changes as well. I still think we'll see Kasper Shabilko and Fafo Pico. Obviously, Andrew Wooten is what people are talking about. It's been 3 matches now that he's been eligible to play in MLS matches. But I just think that Kasper and Fafa are playing really well right now, and there is no need to break those guys up. Now we'll look at this DC United squad. It seems like this team hasn't yet found a way to jump off. There's quality on this team, and we clearly see it. But yet this team hasn't been able to jump off like we thought they would. And they're really coming off some unmotivating performances in the last couple matches. That includes a draw to a reeling Chicago Fire team that we actually saw before they did, and they drew that match. They also got destroyed by Marseille, which, you know, DC really didn't have their best players out there, and it was a friendly, but you still shouldn't be losing 8-1. It doesn't matter what the match is. And losing 2-0 at Atlanta United, which most teams don't win down there. And then the 4-1 win, which was nice, but it was against FC Cincinnati. And honestly, guys, I believe the key for the Union here is going to be taking advantage of the mistakes DC United will make. DC United is very prone to mistakes, despite the talent we see on that team. I expect to see that high pressure, creating turnovers from this DC United team, and I expect that counterattack to be on point here. Especially with Jamiro Monteiro coming back, it's going to be a huge advantage for Philly. But here's the deal here. These are 2 Eastern Conference rivals. These guys are both fighting for that top spot in the Eastern Conference. Anything can happen here in this match Saturday. It's going to come down to who wants it more, who makes less mistakes. Are we going to see the same resilient team that came back from 2-0 against the New York Red Bull and beat them 3-2? Or are we going to see a team that lays down like we saw against Real Salt Lake and Montreal? We will see. I, for one, am not feeling too confident about this Philadelphia Union team, to be quite honest with you. This team seems too wishy-washy of what we've seen since they came back from the international break. It's going to be a hard-fought match, and I think DC and Philly will give us a great match to watch. But in the end, I think the Union walk away with just a point here. Union draw DC 1-1. Alright guys, well those are my thoughts on what I believe we will see Saturday night against DC United. But I want to hear what you guys think will happen. In the comments below, let me know your predictions and how you feel heading into this match against DC. And thanks guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And please, if you liked what you saw here in this episode, please consider subscribing to this channel, hitting the bell button for notifications, and sharing this on social media to help me grow soccer here in Philadelphia. And until next time, my Luperos, DOOP On.